A young girl, Ananya, leaves her small hometown for the big city, eager to work and make a name for herself. Unable to afford a lavish apartment, she rents a cheap room in a rundown hostel. The hostel, old and poorly maintained, is nestled on the edge of town, with rumors of a troubled past. Unbeknownst to Ananya, it's a place where tragedy has left deep scars. The first few nights in the hostel seem normal, with Ananya getting to know her roommates, four other girls, each with their own story. But as the days go by, Ananya begins to feel an unsettling presence in her room. The temperature drops suddenly, lights flicker without reason, and then the whispering. At night, she can hear soft voices, indecipherable but definitely there, a cold breath on the back of her neck. It feels like someone is watching her, but when she turns around, there's no one there. She tries to tell her roommates, but they dismiss her as being paranoid. "You're just stressed from work," they say, laughing it off. They even joke about her being too sensitive. But Ananya knows something is wrong. Something evil lurks here. She begins seeing a figure in the corner of her eye, a woman pale and gaunt, with a haunting gaze that sends shivers down her spine. This figure's presence grows stronger, but whenever Ananya tries to confront her, the woman vanishes into thin air. One night after a long day of work, Ananya returns to her room exhausted. As she lies in bed trying to sleep, she hears soft, slow footsteps, faint at first, then growing louder. The door creaks open. Her heart races. She's too scared to move. The figure appears in the doorway, a woman in tattered clothes, her hair disheveled, eyes hollow and dark. Her mouth, it's slit in half, as if she had been forced to smile eternally. The figure stares at Ananya for a long moment before disappearing into the darkness. This time, Ananya can't keep it to herself anymore. She runs to her roommates, panic in her voice. "Please, you have to believe me. There's something here." But her roommates, busy with their own lives, think she's losing her mind. "It's just your imagination, Ananya," they say with forced smiles. "Nothing's wrong. You're just tired." Ananya can't sleep. Every night the haunting intensifies. The woman in the dark corners, the whispers, the feeling of being watched. One night during the Purnima, full moon, night the situation reaches its peak. Ananya wakes up to a strange, cold sensation on her skin. She opens her eyes, heart hammering in her chest. Her roommates, who had been feigning ignorance, are now in her room. At first she thinks it's some cruel prank, but her eyes widen in terror as the girls surround her with menacing grins. They mock her. "Oh, you think there's a ghost here? Maybe we should show you what real pain feels like." They kick her repeatedly, dragging her out of bed and throwing her to the floor. The laughter echoes through the room, and Ananya can barely breathe from the blows. Her vision blurs with tears, but she refuses to cry out. The girls are cruel, tearing at her hair, chopping off strands with scissors. They humiliate her in the most degrading ways, each cruel act taking away a piece of her dignity. But it doesn't stop there. One girl grabs a set of nails, sharp, long nails, and begins pressing them into Ananya's arms, head, and legs. The pain is unbearable. Each press feels like a part of her soul is being ripped away. Ananya can feel herself slipping into unconsciousness, her body numb from the agony. The last thing she sees before her vision fades is the twisted, mocking smile of the girls and the figure of the woman from her nightmares, watching from the corner of the room. When Ananya wakes, she finds herself lying on the floor, cold and lifeless. Her body feels heavy, as if it belongs to someone else. But she's not dead. She can see, she can hear. Her limbs, though frozen, feel oddly detached from her mind. And then, standing before her, is the woman from her visions. She steps closer, revealing the grotesque, permanent smile carved into her face. "I tried to warn you," the ghost says, her voice full of sorrow. "These girls, they are psychopaths. They prey on the beautiful, the innocent. They took me too, many years ago. They tortured me, just as they did to you. They killed me, just like they will kill anyone they see as more beautiful than them. They can't stand it." Ananya's eyes widen as the ghost story unfolds. These girls were once victims, but now they have become predators. Each girl, driven by jealousy, has murdered those they deemed more beautiful, and they will continue to do so. feeding off the pain they cause. The woman's mouth, still grotesque and split in half, is a constant reminder of their cruelty. They are witches, the ghost continues, and their curse is eternal. They do this for fun. It's a game for them, one they never stop playing. They can kill, destroy, and cause suffering because they thrive on it. The ghost, watching from the shadows, speaks once more. You cannot stop them, Ananya. They do this because they can. They are beyond your reach. You are not the first, and you will not be the last. As the room fades into darkness, Ananya understands. The girl's cruelty, their witchcraft, is beyond anything she can confront. They are too powerful, too twisted. There is no escape. She can't do anything to them. All she can do now is watch. Watch as they continue their reign of terror, causing suffering for their own twisted pleasure. The ghost, her mouth still split in half, disappears into the shadows, leaving Ananya with nothing but the cold, empty room and the haunting realization that no one can stop these witches, not even death.